Hello, welcome back to ENL421, the English language in Nigeria. We spoke in the previous video about the standard Nigerian English, so we are going to the non-standard Nigerian English now. Like I told you, I'm going to break the videos into um, into short, manageable forms so that you can easily follow it and take it and and be able to go through it easily and capture what each video is about. So we just discussed the standard Nigerian English, like I said. However, there's some usages that will alarm you as a teacher of English. You remember, you are training to be a teacher of English, so you find out why they should be considered non-standard English within the Nigerian milieu. Even though we want to say most of the time we excuse many things. So we are using the Code 1995 classification accepted in April 2010. So we are having them in these four four categories. So we are having the outright errors, the misuse of codes, peculiarly Nigerian usages, and local flavor or transliteration effects. And um, and the question I asked before is this: that okay, so if we think um the particular Nigerian usages are particularly Nigerian, so why are we now calling them errors? But let's just get into this video. So let's look at the first set. We say outright errors. Now, in standard format in the grammar, we normally say that when we have asterisk, that means that it is actually an ungrammatical usage. So we are looking at these examples. He is experienced, matured, and able. So now this comprises of several factors. Of course, in the first one, we should actually not have matured. So we look at the next example and say that this comprises of several factors that we have said. Preposition should actually not go with it. It comprises several factors. That should have been the correct usage. So you're having off that should not actually be there. I remember a certain day. So I remember a certain day. So maybe it should have been I remembered. Then we have A. He had just come back from health center. So you should have actually put an probably you should say the health center. So that will actually be a definite article that is missing that place. Consult doctor if you have a fever. So you should actually consult a doctor. So you're having errors then. That your friend is very rude. So now we could also say this is actually should also be considered as a Nigerian thing. So is I will class this more like transliteration. But yeah, you are just saying that maybe you have a very rude friend or your friend is a very rude person. That would be a better way of putting it. She was the most happiest on her wedding day. Now you are having a situation where you are having a superlative repeated. So you're having a superlative most, then you're having happiest. So happiest should have actually sufficed. So no need for most. Most is used most time when you have an adjective, you cannot change into the comparative and superlative formats. So you use more or most for them. So these are outright errors, and you can find more examples. You can of course find more examples as the case may be. Let's look at the next one, use of codes. Now, I can hear English. Actually, you should say that I understand English. Then I can hear a smell, or I can hear that smell. So it actually should be that. So here is being used. Here should be an activity that has to do with the hearing of the ears, but it's being used in this sense as um uh, in the case of actually perceiving, and then also being used instead of to say that actually maybe you have an understanding or mastery of the English language, as the case may be. I purchased a packet of detergent at the shop. So simply saying I bought would have done, but I don't know. Some people will tell you maybe purchase is okay, but then If you just simply say I bought a packet of detergent, it will suffice. So purchase may be sounding a bit more formal. Now he's marrying my sister. So this way you are having a continuous, and it's also one kind, because is the marriage in the process, or that the person is actually in that state. So say he is married to my sister will actually suffice. So that why we have tried to put the problematic elements in both types. Then they love themselves. So each other or one another. Anyway, each other mostly for the people with the British background, and one another most African, because in English, in the British, we will say that each other has to do with two people. Then when it's one another, it's more when it's more than two people. But for the American, I think you normally we put one another for no matter whether it's just two people or more. So again, most people want to say, but I will say that themselves will be considered a bad grammar here. So the love each other would have been more appropriate. But I know most people tend to say they love themselves. But then we'll not say because it's a Nigerian thing, we will say we excuse. That one is actually not right. So let us just say it is not right. The dowry one expects to pay for a wife in Africa is high. Anyway, if you want to say in Africa or in Nigeria, I don't know if other African nations take bride price. But the issue is about the dowry. It's a woman that pays dowry, but the man pays the bride price. So I think that's actually is actually the I don't know. I thought I corrected this comma is um is actually also out of place here. So it should be the dowry without the comma. One expect to pay in Africa is high, or you put the comma after Africa too. So that way it will become proper. Let's look at the next one. So let's look at peculiar Nigerian expressions. Now the accountant is not in seat or is not on seat. Actually, what you have mostly is not on seat. So the accountant is not on seat, or anyway, the essential thing that means is that the person is not around, the person is not in the office, the person is not at the particular location in the office where they're supposed to be. So that's essentially what it means. Now he's a big man in his office. That's he has is an important personality. So when you see someone is a big man, you're saying that the person is has a larger than life kind of personality or something like that. Of course, they also say a big woman. So but the common expression is maybe it's a big man, but you also say a big woman if you have to, but mostly we used to have big men in those days. So the girl has bottom power. Here we are talking about a person that has using undue influence, but is using this through their sexuality. So that's what you call bottom power. These are my invitees, so invited guests. So that's what you also say about the invitees. Mr. Thomas is a retiree. So the person has retired um, uh, from from work generally. The woman used the long leg to get the contract. So there's a personal connection that the person used that gave the person an undue advantage or give the person favor with the powers that be. So that's what that one means. Now he's a senior serviceman. So most people in the civil service they call the person that maybe they have a senior rank, they call them senior service. Then she's my intended, so my fiance. So these are I don't know. If people still say my intended, maybe that would be good. Now Nigeria can have old English. It should be that. I think I could have heard that when I was very young. I doubt if anybody still says such things these days. So let's look at the local flavor or transliteration. You met me or you met us well. So when somebody would you really call it invitation? But I mean, it's just polite to say that if somebody meets you at midtime, so you just politely say that. It doesn't mean you actually expect the person to join you. But then, actually, in the Nigerian culture, it may actually be sincere that the person really wants to. But with these economic activities, I don't know, but generally within the culture, that was meant to be to invite somebody to come and join you at the meal time at the table, if you put it like that. So your legs are good now. um that one could be for a visitor, to say the person actually, like there's look balance you see on campus that person waka well, so the person actually came in at a good time because their meal has been served or is being served or something like that. um the next one, number three, said, we hope you didn't see the rain. Now, that the addressee was not drenched by rain. I was supposed to edit all these things. Please pardon me. Just pardon me. I was thinking of going through this thing before using them, but I don't know what happened. So the hope the person was not drenched by rain. That what it means, that the person um was not rain drenched. That's also that why you say the person did not see the rain. Anyway, if the rain fell and the person came in when the rain was falling, you hope that the person was not badly affected. So it's just a way of saying that in Yoruba you say iṣẹ́ ìròjò. So that means that you didn't see the rain. So it's actually a transliteration. Well done, Olu. So somebody's performing a task that you are just acknowledging that and greeting the person. Then sorry or sorry or expression of sympathy. So is it doesn't mean that you are liable or responsible for something bad, but you are just sympathizing with the person. How are your people? How are your home people? How are your people at home? So it is essentially to acknowledge that, okay, you're asking after the person's family. So you just maybe say thanks for asking or something like that. Now the question we need to ponder is this: can this be regarded as being non-standard in the light of China Achebe celebrated things fall apart? So this is a question. I would like to have your comment. In the comment, you can tell us what you think about this. Now this did read transliterations. Can you say I did a whole paper on that? I did a little paper on that to talk about this. So, but I would like to have your comments. What do you think? So you can tell us what you think in the comment section. Then we also have tautology and redundancy. So I will give you full details when you actually want to say. I will give you the details. Raise your hands when you actually raise up your hand when you actually just raise your hands or put up your hands. So maybe you have a mixture of put up and raise now being brought together to create a third element. When are you going to return back? So I mean, for God's sake, return is means coming back. So this back there is not necessary. So when are you going to return should have sufficed. Tell the driver to reverse back. For God's sake, reversing back. Reversing it means going back. So why would you need add back? But these are things that people say. So you have this tautology. They have cold iced water. For God's sake, either it's iced water or it is cold water, you're actually saying the same thing. So there's no need to have added the. So you have tautology, you have a redundancy that being used. I told him to change. Still yet he refuse. So yet you refuse or would have sufficed. No need for the still, but you commonly have um like I say again, if you say good English, you commonly have this thing of still yet and none of that. The lecturer is going on sabbatical leave. Lecturer is going on sabbatical or leave. Now again, people sabbatical means that be on leave and be away. Leave, we call it tautology, but some people will tell you that anyway the two go together. So maybe again it's like I had to search online for this and I found that actually some people use them together. So but it is but actually sabbatical actually also means leave, being away from your routine work for a period of time. Now there was a night vigil yesterday. So a vigil actually is something that happened at night that people do not sleep. So there was no need for night vigil. So a vigil would have sufficed. I bought a short knicker yesterday. A pair of knickers, because shorts or knickers actually also refer to the same thing. So a pair of knickers would have done, and then or we talk about a pair of shorts. So any of them would have sufficed. So this you are having redundancy or sociology here. Let's always look at the issue of preposition. We have already looked at comprise. So we have here wrong use of preposition. Congratulations on accustomed with instead of accustomed to. Then you have in consideration for, in consideration of. So you have you actually give consideration something and then so you are putting wrong prepositions in these places. Then simply congratulate the person. Congratulations, and that does it. Sending him your congratulations would have gone, so no need for you to be adding a preposition for whatever, maybe for emphasis or whatever. Then total remover of prepositions. So you condole with, a family. You don't condole the family, you condole with them. Protect the non-payment of the debt. So you protect against the non-payment of debt. So here you have the preposition removed. Here the first one you have the wrong using. Then inappropriate insertion of preposition. Okay, I mentioned that before. The panel comprises, not comprises of. So there's no need for that preposition of. Then articles, errors in Nigerian English. So let's look at some of them. Southern Nigerian English exhibits insertion and omission of articles. So let's see, for example, the by any stretch of imagination. By any stretch of the imagination. So you are having omitted there, what's it called? The imagination of, you're having a stretch of the definite articles are missing there. Now, phrase is a group of words. So a phrase is a phrase that is a group of words. And he bought oranges, so you could just place it, he bought some oranges. Then so we can also look at the comments that we are making in that places. Then on the condition that so here there was no need for that for the day. Then to keep an eye, an open house, to keep open house. Ask from him, so we should say ask him instead of ask for him. Then you also have the boys have their meals turn by turn. So just simply say the boys have their meal by turn. So they took turns to have the meal. So these are where you have where there should be no article, we put article. Where there should be articles, we did not put article. This video is really getting long. I was hoping to not be this long, but it's getting long, maybe because this is where we usually have the problem most. So let's see some examples. What examples of errors can you identify from your speech or those of your classmates? So this is things that you can do. Can you give me examples from the university community? Can you also give me examples from around you at home or the society generally? So this is a takeaway. We can look at them and then give some of our comments in the video. So idiomatic error. So from frying pan to fire. Now out of frying pan into fire. So we are having some idiomatic errors that we need to look at, and then we say these things commonly, but most time we do not know we are making or we are having some mistakes there. So what is good for the goose is also good for the gander. So sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. This I don't mind that typo there, please. Is sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. I'm recording this. I would have actually, if I'm using Zoom, I would have actually done correction, but I've tried to do correction before, and I have found it difficult to continue the recording. That's why I didn't want to stop this video recording. But just take note that sauce for the goose is sauce for the gander. That's the correct expression. A beggar has no choice. Beggars are no choosers. Then you also have this one, cut your throat cut your coat according to your size. So actually it should be cut your coat according to your cloth. So more grease to your elbow, so you say more power to your elbow. So there'll be a lot of arguments about this. So let me have your thoughts. What do you think it should be the correct way to put this? So your assignments, we have I think I don't know if I've sent this I'm sending this to you guys so you can take note of this and uh, take note. But your submission time is remain January 9, 2025. So that is the end of the video. So please remember to subscribe, remember to do your assignments, and remember um to do all that, to go through the videos again so that you can learn. And that is it. So see you guys in the next video. We are taking the next, after you are breaking this, so I'm taking the next one now. See you guys.